Hello and welcome to the STB Racing League Season 19 Tier 2. I believe this is round 18 of the Tier 2 Championship, and we're here at the Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas. This is the United States Grand Prix. Unfortunately, Bram Nillison can't be with me this evening. He is stuck in Switzerland due to having COVID. He should be back next week, but until then, you have my lovely voice for the foreseeable foreseeable future for this race. Nicky tops the leaderboards. He's on a 131.6. Do excuse me if I get a bit stumbled. I am not feeling. I'm feeling well. I'm just not feeling very on top of my game this evening. So do forgive me. A very big gap at the moment between Nicky and AMS Tris. 8 tenths is that gap. They are looking very, very quick. 6 tenths is the gap between Tris and Dan, so it looks like there is a big pace disparity in tonight's lobby, which, I mean, is not a problem. It'd just be very good if it was a little bit closer in terms of pace, but Dan Souza now is 7 tenths up on his time. Going to ride on board with the Brazilian. Still battling for that championship, but he's not really in the battle, really. He's still, he's still looking for promotion, though. Anyway, he's going to come across that line. It's going to be a 31.7. Very close times at the moment. We've got Nicky P1, 131.6. Ray Lex goes P2 there to 131.7. He had a bit of problems last time out in Australia in the back end of the grid, so it's good that he's got himself up into that front row. And there's always, that possibility of having contact if you're starting in the midfield. Chubby on the lap then. This track is very much manual gears orientated. There's a lot of emphasis on gear and what gear is best to take the most speed, especially in Sector 1. That the long series of left, right, left, right, left, right. So you really got to be on the ball here in USA. Definitely just favour the wheel users. And down the straight then, he's going to use all the track. He's got KTFE cancels. That doesn't actually use all the track to the right. Doesn't cut the hairpin either. I mean, it's not the right thing to do, really, to be cutting corners. But if you want to get as much time out of the car as possible, you need to be exploiting these limits. We see it all the time in esports. So, being through then the long right-hander. Up corner, you got to really be on the limit, and you weren't on the limit there. And the final corner. What lap is this going to be? It's going to be a 31.8 though. It was on the limit, it looks like. 131.8, so that's P4. So as I was saying, really, about the gaps not really being very close. I mean, they are. So, yeah, Crooken then. Possibly Tier 2's most consistent driver. He's been very consistent so far this season, this Crooken. I'd always look forward to watching Crooken race. I think it's very, I don't know, he's just very consistent in terms of his racecraft. It's going to be 32.3. He's more of a midfield runner as well, so it's good to see him put himself up in a P5 there. 2.5 minutes left to go in the session, and Nicky is on an outlap. Is he going to get pole position here in America? Of course, he wasn't here in Australia. And Tris won that race by quite a big margin. So I really am confident that this battle between Tris and Nicky could potentially, if these drivers behave themselves, could potentially go to the end of the season. But that means Tris needs to get some wins under his belt. So this next lap in qualifying has to be an incredible lap time. He's looking pretty close here in America so far. Kaiki then coming on the final sector. He had a few problems last time out in Australia as well. He's invalidated his lap. He's going to go for another one. He's on medium, so he thinks he's got the pace here in America to try and get himself in the top 10 on mediums. So everyone now is going to be gearing up for their laps. One of them is Marlon Kanja. So let's have a look then. Once Nicky, Rayleigh X and Dan, and of course Tris as well. Let's see where he is on the circuit. As someone has span, that is Maffio. At the hairpin, once again, spinning. Showing his talent for spinning as Tubby is P4. So we actually have 3 drivers within 2 tenths at the moment. Four drivers within 2 tenths at the moment. Very close at the top of that field. Tris is on a lap, but we're going to look at Marlon Kanja, 4 tenths up in the first sector. He comes to the hairpin now. Really committed on the turning there. You've got to be really committed to some of these corners. So he's going to activate that DRS now down the straight. Keep an eye on Tris as well in the first sector. Marlon then, is he going to cut across the chicane the hairpin a little bit, but it's not. Well, he's a second up, so it was pretty decent then. Purple apparently in the second sector. I don't know if America is one of those circuits with, as Tris is 3 tenths up on his lap. But I don't know if America is one of those circuits. And he's going to have Oliveira blocking him a slight bit there. Moving around the final corner. Is this going to be a 1:31? Yes, it is. 1:31.9 for Marlon Kanja there. And Tris now, let's see what his second sector is going to look like. We're going to look at the top 3 as well. But Tris, this is his final opportunity to try and challenge for this pole position in America. He's 8 tenths up. At the moment, he's on pole position as Nicky has not improved. Let's see if Dan and Rayleigh X. Dan is down. I don't know about Rayleigh X. Is Tris going to snatch pole position here in United States? We're going to find out in approximately 12 seconds. Coming through the penultimate corner now. Fully committed there. Fully committed, using all the track to the outside, round the final corner. It's going to be, is it going to be pole position for Tris? Yes, it is. 1:30.9. What a lap from Tris there. That is tier 1 pace right there from Tris. We know Tris is very, very, very competitive at the back end of this season. We've seen that last season. He's very competitive at the back end of the season. So it's definitely going to be a fight on our hands for this World Championship. Tris versus Nicky. Mario's going to come across the one corner. It's a 31.9. And he's the final driver to set a lap in qualifying. No messing about from tier 2 tonight. I'll find out where Maffio did qualify. I didn't quite catch it. Matt will start P7 on the grid. Okay. That's interesting stuff. Interesting. Your pole sitter then will be AMS Tris by 6 tenths of a second. 6 tenths of a second. That is a pretty big margin, especially when you're battling for a championship and your rival 6 tenths slower than you. That is what we need for this World Championship battle. Second is Nicky. Third is Rayleigh X. Fourth is Dan Souza. Fifth, Tubby. Great qualifying from him. He's actually not American, he's Brazilian, but yeah. Sixth is Marlon Kanja. Does live in the US, so this is kind of his home race. Seventh is TTR Maffio. Eighth is Cook. Ninth Salvador. 10th Daniel. 11th Manuel. 12th Oliveira. 13th Norris. 14th Kaiki. And I believe at the back of the grid, I don't actually know. Might be Daniel. FXBR Daniel. But yeah, here we are then in America for the United States Grand Prix. And it looks to be dry. Let's just quickly see who's last on the grid. It's Dilemma. Okay, Daniel's 10th. Sorry, guys. I got completely confused then. I'm very sorry. I'm going to quickly have a look at the standings. There's been a few admin problems, which have meant the standings haven't been able to be updated. There's something wrong with the file. So, because I do them personally, so it's a little bit not so good. But I believe that the gap is around 18 points, I believe. I don't know when the standings get fully updated. I'm definitely within a roll. So if Tris wins tonight, this is definitely going to open up this championship fight, and I am so excited for this championship battle. I believe Dan is a little bit further behind, but I will check now for you, ladies and gentlemen. And to everyone joining us. So yeah, Dan's a little bit down. Before Australia, so before the last race, he was around 40 points behind Tris. So, yeah, unfortunately, Dan needs Tris and Nikki to really, you know, mess up, if you like. But I don't think it's going to happen. They're very, very consistent. And then you've got Kaiki. He's the closest guy to Dan, but he's been in that midfield battle for the championship, really. So it's really about whether Dan can not retire from some of these races and get himself a potential promotion spot. Obviously, the top three do go up. This is the time now we start thinking about who's going to go up, who's going to go down, who's going to, you know, be offered that seat in Tier 1. And at the moment, it is looking very, very tasty indeed for the championship. 18 points then, by my calculations, I'm not good at mental maths, is the gap between Nikki and Tris. Let's check then the drivers outside the top 10. So Oliveira is on medium, Kaiki's on medium, Dilemma's actually gone for the soft compound tyres, Norris is on mediums, and Manuel is actually on the soft. So we've got a bit of split strategy outside the top 10 here. It's Dilemma and Manuel on softs, and the rest are on medium. Interesting stuff then. For the championship stakes, guys, I'm very obsessed with this championship battle, do you understand? But the championship battle is what makes the league season exciting. There's not much of a battle in any of the other tiers, but it is between Tris and Nikki F1 TV as they go to the grid. For the championship battle reasons, I'm wanting Tris to win this race. I predict Tris to win. 6 tenths up in qualifying. But of course, that's not the race pace. Dilemma then is going to pull up to his good box now as we get ready for the Tier 2 United States Grand Prix. Buckle yourselves in, guys. It's going to be a cracker. Two-stopper, apparently. We're going to find out if it is a two-stopper. It's 2 lights, it's 3 lights, it's 4 lights, it's 5 lights on that gantry. And for the Aramco United States Grand Prix, it's lights and away they go. Decent start there from Tris, but Nicky's had a much better execution off the clutch pedal down into turn 1. Bit of contact between the two rivals as the Ferrari's up the inside now, and Tris is going to hold it all the way around the outside. Tris leads the United States Grand Prix, followed by Nicky. Dan Chul's a third. Fourth is Tubby. Great start there from Mafio. Bit of contact there with the Brazilian as they now come through the centre S's. And it's Tubby that takes P4. Great start from him there. Mafio, great start. And Ray Lex has lost around 3 places there. He's down in P6 now. He's going to try and navigate his way through the first sector. 7th is Crooked. 8th is Salvador. He's had a decent start. Marlon's lost super for the positions. Daniel's kept in the position. Oliveira's made a good start. Norris. Dilemma's had a good start. Kaiki and Manuel. So Manuel there. Very bad start down in P15. We've got a bit of action going on. We've got Norris up the inside of KTE. Olivier as they come down the hairpin. Great overtaking. There's been a bit of contact there. There was a bit of contact out of the exit, and Dilemma's picked up the position now as Oliveira's going to be in that slipstream. Kaika's going to be having front row seats of this as well as they come down into the second sector hairpin, the one that you can cut, and Norris is going to dive himself up the inside of Dilemma, and Dilemma cuts that door closed there, keeps it closed, and that's a great move there from the Spaniard. Norris down a P12, but Nicky now has got the position over Tris. We've missed that. Nicky has got the lead of this United States Grand Prix. Has he got better race pace than his German rival? KTFE Dan Souza then is P3. He's going to have to give him that DRS. 4th is Tubby, goes a bit wide, but Mafio looks to have some decent pace here in Australia. In America, sorry, Australia. God, I was on a roll there. As Ray Lex follows him through there, P6. Nicky passes to that 136 dead. Oh, I love the first laps of these races. Kind of clean, to be fair. Clean racing, to be fair, from some of these drivers. I haven't seen any collisions apart from the Norris and Oliveira, but I think they just turned into each other at the hairpin and didn't know they were there. Dilemma cuts across the corner. That's going to be difficult for him to try and get anything because, you know, penalties. That could cause a big problem in this Grand Prix. But yeah, Daniel now, he's looking pretty feisty on the back of Marlon, so we're going to have to keep an eye on this little battle here. But the problem with USA is there's going to be big DRS trains, and Tris is going to be waiting for that DRS. There's Marlon now in the slipstream of Salvador. And he's going to go for that move. He's going to go for the move. Marlon's going to go for the move on Salvador as they come through. And no, couldn't do it. Great defending there from Salvador, but Marlon has got much better pace over the Spaniard. At this point in the Grand Prix, and Dilemma in the other McLaren, he's looking pretty feisty on the back of Daniel as well. So it's really kicking off in that midfield battle. But the back end of the points at the moment, still 26 laps to go. Here we go then, Tristan in the slipstream. You can gain a lot in that slipstream. As Tris looks to have some connection issues at the moment. Looks like that's been sorted out. Right then, is Maffio going to be able to get past Tubby? We're going to find out now. We're going to find out as he cuts the corner out. That would have been a warning. Very hard to follow in this first sector, I must say. It's very difficult. But Tubby's had a very bad, he's took a very bad line there, and now Maffio's going to capitalise on that down the straight. But we're going to cut now to the front of the pack. It's coming Nicky versus Tris, and Tris is going to have that DRS. Opens up the rear wing. Closing, he's closing, he's closing, he's closing, he's closing. Is he going to go for a move? Nicky goes defensive. Great defensive move there from the German. Tris stays in P2 there, so you can get that move done. Maverick's got the move done on Tubby, and next up for him is KTFE Dan Souza, as there has been contact. Okay, or I don't actually know if Ray X was near anyone. Not quite sure, to be completely honest. As Norris has had contact. This is the problem with some of these drivers in this tier 2. There's a lot of what's the word? Just racing incidents, and I think Ray X has got damage. Yeah, into the pit lane he comes. Hopefully he can still carry on in this Grand Prix, but he has been very unlucky recently. As Marlon has got past Salvador. No, he hasn't. Salvador comes back at him. Really kicking off in this midfield, isn't it? 4 drivers going around the same corner. I love it. Right then, we're going to have to skip to the front now. Let's see. Danny's also in that DRS as well. So this is going to leave Nicky very, very compromised, as Matthew's going to have to defend as well. Tristan in the slipstream. Has he got the move done? He's going to pull to the outside of the circuit, and he's got that move done. Up into P1 goes Tris. But Nicky then just has to stay in that DRS, get back on him down the pit straight. That is how America works, as Tubby's got the place back on Matt, is now Dilemma and Salvador battling, both in the McLarens, F1X drivers. Around the outside goes Dilemma. And Marlon's up the inside. That's a bit aggressive, and Marlon has spun. I mean, that was inevitable, really. You can't really do that. You can't really dive bomb it up the inside when there's not really a gap there. Yeah, you can't really do that, can you? Nicky then back in the slipstream. What I mean about calculated moves, you know, these drivers a little bit less experienced than tier 1, so there's bound to be some contact, but we try and have you know, clean racing, as Oliveira has been pressured there by Kaikin. Now going to be side by side. Both, of course, raced in BRLF2. Unfortunately, that's been cancelled. But Oliveira has to give up that position. He's down in P12 now. And Kaiki picks up a penalty. I don't know if Ray Liex is going to be able to go to the end on these tyres. I don't know. But so unfortunate for the Swiss driver as Nicky's back in the slipstream. Tris goes very defensive. But Nicky's got that move done. It looks like it's just going to be DRS this lap, DRS next lap, DRS this lap. It looks like it's just going to be DRS. That is going to determine the race. I think Tris and Dan are just in a world of their own at the moment, and there's a little battle behind them between Tubby, Maffeo and Crooken. And then there's the group Daniel, Salvador, Dilemma and Kaiki, Manuel, Oliveira and Norris. So obviously the midfield's a lot closer than the front. For fastest lap, he did have DRS in the slipstream with Tris, and Tris now has 2 tenths. The gap's 2 tenths, and it's going to be a move into turn 1. Can he make it stick? Yeah, Nicky, he has to yield. Tris has to yield there. Yeah, great racing between the two championship rivals here. Great racing. So definitely shit back out in Tier 2. But Tris needs to win. Back in the slipstream then. And needs to try and catch up a bit as well. Maybe cause an upset to this battle. He's going to go to the outside line. He's going to hit the curve. Nicky has compromised his line. And Tris dotted by Dan Souza. Oh no. And what happened? What happened? Crooken now Tris is going to get compromised by Matt and Crooken as they battle. E4 Maffeo all the way around the outside of the Red Bull. Great match, of course, team constructors home race, but that is a disaster for Tris. Absolute disaster, and Maffeo's made a mistake, and Tris now needs to be making places. He needs to be making places, and Tris now needs to get past the Haas. So he's got past Maffeo. He's now up in a P5. He's going to have to use that pace that he had in qualifying to really push on and try and catch Nicky. As Manuel and Olivier are now side by side into the first sector. This is where the mediums now are going to come into their own. So this could help Olivier out get up a bit. And Kaiki now is on the back of Dilemma. Right then, Tris, he needs to get that move done. Up into P4 now. He can't afford to be losing time stuck behind these drivers. He needs to get back up. He needs to try and get himself back up to, you know, that front pack that we're talking about. As Kaiki couldn't get the move done. And he's getting really compromised now by Dilemma and Salvador, both on softs. So Kaiki is on the better tyres at this stage of the Grand Prix. He is the third man in the DRS trains to Sector 3 yellow. That is Marlon. And Tris is in. No, he's not. Tris has continued. Sorry, he's not going to get the move done on Tubby into turn 1, it looks like. No, he's not. He's stuck behind him. He's really compromising Tris's race here in America. I don't know what happened between him and Dan. I actually don't know what happened. It's always the case, isn't it? I say, oh, I really want a championship battle, and then something takes place that means we don't actually have a championship battle. It's pretty funny, really. But of course, Tris was 6 tenths up in qualifying, so he's going to use that. He's going to use that pace advantage that he had. But he needs to get past Tubby now. Might have a bit of damage as well, I don't know. We'd have to take that into consideration as well. Might have a bit of damage. Down the straight then, pretty straightforward move, DRS overtake mode. But he's probably going to try and come back at him. No, he's not. So Tris now has been released. He's going to have to try now catch 5.4 seconds to the back of Dan. He potentially could pit as Salvador and Dilemma are battling. And they've got Oliviera on the back now. Oliviera's got past Koiki. And he's made a mistake. And Koiki now up the inside, back up in a P8. So he's really kicking off in this midfield battle, back end of the points. Right then, is anyone going to pounce into the pit lane? No. Gap to Dan, 4.4 seconds. There's a change. Salvador is in the pit lane. He's the first driver, I believe, to box off the softs. Or was it Maffio? I don't know. Maffio. Yeah, sorry, Maffio and Crooken are both on mediums now. So yeah, Maffio did box actually. I missed that. He's definitely going for that. He definitely went for that undercut. And that could really work out for him, to be fair. Raylix then has got past Salvador. Yeah, running a very lonely Grand Prix in P13 at the moment, Raylix is. He is slightly catching Maffio, so who knows, Raylix could potentially get some points in this race, but yeah, he's just been so unlucky. Dilemma then, back up the inside of Koiki. Really kicking off in this midfield. Oh, Dilemma there, tried to go up the inside. Great defending there from Koiki. Battling going on. Raylix has got the move done. Sorry, Salvador's got the move done on Raylix. Right, so Norris is in off of mediums. So he thinks those mediums are not good enough. But I'll tell you something that's good enough. Oliviera is going to dive it up the inside of Dilemma, and he's been turned into turn one. Oh dear. Is Dilemma striking again in tier 2? I don't know. I don't know. Matthew's got the move done on Marlon. He's up at the P10 now. Tris needs to try and get the gap down to Dan as much as possible. Gap's 2.7 now. But it's staying to Nicky at that 5.7 second gap. He does need a good pit stop. Yeah, Dilemma very aggressive. Very aggressive on the defending, I must say. He's very aggressive on the defending. Cooking in the slipstream of Oliviera. Yeah, no stupid moves there from the Red Bull. Side by side. But Crooken, he's going to get that. Yeah, he's going to get the cutback move. Switchback move, all the way around the outside. Better tyres, better grip. There you go, into P8. Dan's in the pits then. Tubby also in. Daniel's in. Koiki's going to continue. He's on mediums. Dilemma's in. Danny's out the box, ahead of Crooken. Yeah, that was great strategy actually from Maffio and Crooken getting themselves up there. And now Tris needs to get some sort of, I don't even know what's going on really, as Norris actually is on softs now, so he's going to have some great pace. I don't know why he's on softs though. I don't know. All I know is that Tris needs to close a 5.2 second gap. Kaiki then will be leading this US Grand Prix when the top two box. That's going to be interesting to see. As Marlon versus Oliveira. Marlon's got the move done. Marlon is on worn softs. As Rayleigh X back in the slipstream. Salvador is going to get that move done. He's up in a P11 now. Next up for him is FXBR Daniel. Good little battle here between Salvador and Rayleigh X. Right there, pit stop. So they've continued. So Nicky and Tris have continued on those soft compound tyres. Interesting stuff as Dan now has overtaken Kaiki. Is this going to give an advantage to Dan Souza here? This is going to be interesting to see as Tubby now in the slipstream of Oliveira. They both know how to race each other. They both raced each other before in the Brazilian leagues. They're not the inside. And that's a sweet move there from Tubby up in a P7. So, yeah, decent stuff. As Maffeo looks to be not struggling, but he hasn't got that pace he needs over Crooken to try and get past him. But I'll tell you something, Dan could potentially be leading this race. First I said it was Kaiki, now I think Dan is in a great position. But has he gone for this two-stopper? I'm not sure. I'm not sure how strategy works at USA. So we will see. Gap then, 4.7 seconds. Sorry, I don't know where I got 4.4 from. And Nicky is in. So Nicky boxes. Tris is in as well. Potentially gain a few temps. Let's see then how it's going to pay out for Dan Souza. Is he going to undercut? I think he will. He definitely will. Gap was 13 seconds as they entered the pits. But by how much is the question? Not by much. Not by much there. But this has actually really compromised Tris now. He's now behind Maffeo, Crooken, Kaiki. This is disaster for Tris. Absolute disaster for Tris. He needs to do all this work again to try and... He needs to get past Maffeo, Crooken and Kaiki. This is very... this is not good for Tris's chances here. I'll tell you that now, because it's just going to be DRS. It's going to be quite difficult to overtake. Whereas Nicky's only got to get past Dan. Tris got to get past 3 drivers, plus Dan, then get on the back of Tris. So, yeah, we're going to find out how second place in the championship, that driver does it. Right, here we go. Picking off one move now. And he spam. They've collided. They've both turned into each other. That is a repeat of Russia. It looks like. Another collision. And that could well be Tris's... yeah. Not been a good day, has it, for the German? Here we go then. So Tris is going to be fuming with that. He now has to catch 5 seconds to the back of Tubby. He needs to be on the pace. He wants to try and salvage something from this Grand Prix. He really needs to be on pace. I don't know, it just looked like they just turned into each other. I just don't understand. You know, it's just really unfortunate for both Tris and Maffio. It's just unfortunate, really. But I think Olivier hasn't boxed yet. So he's gonna. I think he's trying to go long for the softs. This could be a straightforward move for Daniel. Yep, Daniel's through into P8. Great little tussle this, as Dan has picked up a penalty, and Ray Liet has been spanned. Oh no! What happened there? What happened there? Oh, there you go. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. So unfortunate. He weren't having a good race. He had a bit of a collision in the second sector, which meant, obviously, sorry, I got completely confused then. Someone span, that's Daniel. And the span out his Grand Prix. It looks like Kaiki now is trying to get the move done on his teammate Crooken. But Kaiki is actually on very worn, sorry, on Tubby, sorry. But Kaiki's on very worn and he's span. This is what I don't understand. I'm not understanding how drivers are spinning. It's very, like, you know, just, you know, don't go for stupid moves. Don't try and dip it up the inside of the hairpin because it just won't work for you. I just don't understand. Here we go then, Tris then. Much better mediums, needs to get the move done now. Up into P5 goes Tris. Nicky then still can't find a way past Dan at the moment. I don't know if this might be the move though. Here we go, closing, 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 closing. Here we go, inside line. It looks like the move is done. Let's check sector times. He just needs to pick up the pace if he wants to still win this race. It's still very possible, but he just needs to pick up the pace a bit. Olivier then in the pits. Let's see what tyres he's going to go on to. Soft compound tyres. And a front wing change as well. Dan then back in the slipstream of Nicky. And there you go. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a little battle on our hands now between the top two. Right then, Tris needs to get a move on. He needs to get past Tubby and then he needs to get past Crooken. He has got the pace. He was 6 tenths quicker in qualifying. 6 tenths, guys. 6 tenths of a second quicker. Obviously, you know, Nicky potentially could have caused, not caused, what I'm talking about, could have potentially, you know, had a problem or whatever, but, or couldn't get a lap in, but Tris, 6 tenths, you know, times that the numbers don't lie, and I'm here for it, front row seat. Well, is Nicky going to get the move done on Dan? No, can't do it. But Tristo's going to get the move done on Tubby. Up into P4. Next up for Tris is Crooken. Going on then, Daniel versus Marlon down at the back end of the grid. No DRS then apparently for Tris. Into the first corner now. Guys, the reason why I am focusing so much on Tris and Nicky, obviously Nicky's going for the victory and Tris is in the championship battle. We're currently P2 in the championship. So it's very important that he tries to get as many points as possible, and it looks like a lot of drivers are in the pits. Kaiki's now going on softs. Sorry, yeah, Kaiki's on softs, but Norris is also on set softs as well. I'm not sure whether the two-stopper is the way to go in America. He's going to have pace now at the back end of this race, but I don't know whether it's the right thing, the right path to take. But Tristan, DRS, overtake. Going to be a pretty straightforward move down the straight, and it is. Right then, so he's back up into that P3. He's now been cleared. And now we're going to see a pace that Tris can show. Whereas Nicky looks to be struggling, really. He looks to be struggling on the back of Dan. Yeah, he's struggling a bit. DRS. Crooken is in the pits. Has he got front wing damage? I'm not sure. I don't know why he'd pit again. Okay. Looks like that was the strategy he was going for. Matthew's in as well. So it looks like they both went for that two-stopper. Softs as well for Matthew. That gap needs to come down. The gaps need to come down. Or Nicky and Dan just need to spin each other out. I'd be down for that. I'd be down. I'd be happy with that. Nicky then pulls to the inside line. You know, it's really about just that DRS and that slipstream and just, you know, keeping within a second, getting back on the DRS, making sure you're in the DRS, making sure you're not, you know, losing time. But Dan obviously is on quite worn mediums compared to Nicky, a few laps I believe. Or Dan can just stay in this DRS. Everything I say, guys, is what I'm hoping will happen. Right then, into the difficult Sector 1 S section complex. Probably my most hated section of track on the game. Oh, and Marlon's crashed out of the race, and it is a safety car. Okay then, that has really put things now into that's really shaped things up now. Mafio and Crooken are in potential position to be leading this race. If the top 4 bots for softs, Crooken could well be in a very good position here to try and lead this safety car restart. I mean, it's all down to the top 4 boxing, but this is a great opportunity. Looks like the Doubtwat is in force. Norris as well is in a good position. This has helped a lot of drivers actually. A lot of drivers are on softs. Lots of drivers are on softs. Nicky's in. Dan's in. Tris is going to be in. Yes, he is. Tubby, is he going to come in? Yes, he is. Right, let's see then. Don't actually know about Crooken. I don't actually know how long the pit is. I think the pit's quite short actually at USA. Yeah. Crooken had that data as well. Yeah, mankind. Sorry guys, that was my mistake. I couldn't do the math. Couldn't do the maths, guys. He might be able to jump Tubby though, coming out of the pit. Maybe. No. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Right then, this has brought Trist back into it. He needs to clear Dan, get on the back of Nicky, get the win. That is the assignment for AMS Trist this evening. Oh, okay. I don't know what happened there. I think there was contact actually, yeah, between Dan and Tris, and Dan's gave the position back. It's great sportsmanship there from the Brazilian. This is why we love Dan Souza. All Souza. Dan Souza. Okay then, so it looks like everyone now is on soft compound tyres. But of course, Crooken and Mafio are both on worn softs. So this now could well be where the collisions start to happen. You know, drivers tripping over each other trying to get places. Like you there. Exploring the American flag paintwork. So then, this is your positions then. First is Nicky, second is Tris, third is Dan Souza, fourth PNF1 Tubby. He's had a great race. Great race for Alfa Romeo here. Fifth is Crooken, sixth Mafio, seventh Norris, eighth Viking, ninth Daniel, 10th Dilemma, 11th RPR Manuel, 12th Oliviera, and 13th is F1X Salvador. He might be in the stewards office after this race. but I'm not quite sure. So then, safety car is in this lap. I am here for it. Sorry guys, I'm just waiting for the actual race to start, to, you know, get on. Just waiting for the drivers to come around the final sector now. Here we go then. Who is going to win this race? Is it going to be Nicky, or is it going to be Tris, or is someone going to cause an upset for the championship battle? It is, we're going to find out in the next 5 laps. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 5 laps, yep. Let's do the maths there, guys. Here we go then. Nicky's going to leave it, and he's gone. Here we go then. It's go, go, go in USA. Who's going to win? Nicky, Tris, Dan, as Matthew picks up another penalty. And here we go. It's all about now keeping in the DRS, keeping it consistent, no penalties. This is going to be it. Here we go. This could well be the deciding factor of the World Championship. After this, we've got Mexico, Saudi Arabia, Abu Dhabi, and Brazil. So we've got 4 races after this. And it's going to be a great fight. If Tris does win this American Grand Prix, this is going to be a great battle for the championship. Literally going to be like Hamilton and Verstappen. It's going to be amazing. And the fact that these two are both mates themselves, that is going to be even better. It's going to be a great fight. Olivier then down to P13 now. He's been overtaken by Salvador. He's going to try and go back up the inside, and he's completely barged himself through there. Obviously very, very angry at what Salvador's doing. Yeah, he's angry. He's forced Salvador off the circuit there. He's very angry. Yeah, he's angry now. Yeah. But I mean, yeah, you know, you just can't really... You can't make stupid moves, otherwise you upset, obviously, the other drivers. And looks like Oliveira has been upset there by someone. Here we go then. Tris coming around the first sector now. Sound glitch there. Did not happen. Right, so Tris actually has got quite a... Yeah, not much ERS. I think he's really trying to keep in that DRS gap. But Nicky's got 90%. This needs to go a bit easy now on the DRS. On the ERS, sorry. I don't know what I'm saying. I meant ERS. Needs to go easy on the ERS here. 3 laps to go. This is the opportunity then. I keep getting sound bugs. This is not good, guys. You can tell that Nicky and Tris have definitely done their Their track limits practice. You can definitely tell that they're really using all the track available to them. Here we go then. This is going to be a DRS train. The top 4. Nicky, Tris, Dan and Tubby. This is going to be the DRS train. And I am here for it. Front row seat, VIP section. The final 3 laps of this race. Oh, I'm here. What we're about to see. This is going to be a great battle. But I do want Tris to take this victory. I've got nothing against the other drivers, but purely for the championship, ladies and gentlemen, we need Tris to get this move done then. So he's going to get in the slipstream. Dan's going to be there as well, same with Tubby. They've been dragging each other along. Close in, close in, close in. I think what needs to happen is you need to kind of be behind on the final lap of that straight to then dump all the ERS as Mafio is off the circuit for some reason. Yeah, I think you need to be on that straight behind as you enter the DRS and then just activate the DRS behind, obviously dump all the ERS and just hope that you get the move done into the hairpin. Because realistically, if you do it down the home straight, then obviously Nicky will just be able to slipstream Tris back down the back straight. So Tris has got to play it very strategically here. They can't pick up penalties either, because if one of them picks up penalties, that is it. Race is done. The only 2 drivers without penalties have been very consistent around this circuit. Very, very consistent. Here we go then. Round 2. Oh, DRS is enabled. But Tris can't really use too much ERS. If he does, then he's gonna, not have the ERS for the next lap. Here it is then. This is the opportunity now. This is coming on to the final lap of the United States Grand Prix, ladies and gentlemen. And at the moment, Tris is not going to win this race. Nicky has got 84% ERS. He's got a lot of ERS to play with. And he's got that clean air as well. Tris is going to be in that dirty air, dirty air, dirty air there. This has to be it now. This is the moment for Tris. Here we go then. Here we go. Is this going to be the move for the United States Grand Prix? No. So here we go then. It looks like someone in the Tris camp has been listening to me. And he's going to stay behind me. He's going to have that dirty air through the first sector now. This is it. Is Tris going to win the United States Grand Prix? Is it going to be Nicky? To strengthen that advantage in the championship. Here we go then. Nicky's going to dump the ERS down the straight. He's going to dump it. Here we go. He's dumping it. He's dumping that ERS. But Tris has got the DRS as they come down the straight now. Here we go. Here we go. Closing speed. Closing speed. Tris is going to go defensive. Nicky's going to go defensive. Tris is on the outside. Both make contact. Tris tries to hold it up around the outside. Now he's going to late break the Alfa Romeo, and he's took the lead of the United States Grand Prix. Here we go. Defend the inside line for this next corner, Tris. Defend the inside line. Here we go. They've made contact. They've both made contact, and Nicky's through. Nicky's back through. Oh no. It looks like Nicky's going to win the US Grand Prix. Oh, Tris did everything, but Nicky will win the United States Grand Prix. Second is Tris. Third in the end is Dan Sulza. Fourth is Tubby. Fifth is going to be Crooken. Kaiki and Mafia have both made contact down the pit straight. Okay, interesting stuff. I don't know what the hell happened there, but okay. But yeah, Nicky wins the US Grand Prix. That was bizarre on the finish. I'm a bit lost for words, really. I'm lost for words. I don't really know what happened there. But yeah, Nicky then is your race winner for the United States Grand Prix. Strengthens the advantage in the World Championship. I believe now to 25 points. I believe. But still, great comeback drive there from Tris to get himself up into. But he'll be disheartened by that. He'll be disheartened by that. P1 then is Nicky. Second, Tris. Third, Dan. Fourth, Tubby. Fifth, Crooken. Sixth, Norris. Seventh, Dilemma. Eighth, Kaiki. Ninth was Daniel. 10th was Oliviero in the end. 11th, RPR Manuel. 12th, Salvador. And your non-finishers were Matthew, Marlon, and Ray Lex. That was bizarre on the finish of that Grand Prix. That was bizarre there. That was very, very bizarre. But a great battle at the front of the grid, the front of the pack. Great battle. Okay then, guys, thank you for joining us for the Tier 2 United States Grand Prix. You could join us tomorrow for the Tier 3 America race, where I will be in action. If you don't want to watch that, then you can always join us next week for the first ever STB Saudi Arabian Grand Prix for the Tier 1 race at the Jeddah Corniche circuit. But until next time, thank you and goodbye.